Hello everyone, welcome to Gold. Then this is round 19 or 18 I think it is, and this one is this is the night where we're going to could potentially see a new world champion crowned in ALR. Of course, Percy is only approximately about 12 points away from the title. He has to outscore Troy by 12 and Percy by 10 to be crowned the champion, and that means I think he'll be the 7th champion in ALR history, which will be superlative stuff indeed then. Yes, hello, apologies for the stream being very late. Unfortunately, my capture cards decided to die on me, which is great stuff indeed, and I hope that's not the case because I haven't got 80 quid and I'm a little miffed. Right, anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? We got a couple of driver changes as well. Mercedes have got a new driver in the form of Nameless, who has raced 3 times in his career in ALR Gold. However, this is a crucial time for Mercedes, so I think the Mercedes be glad that that they got a second driver that would turn up now. So hopefully Nameless can help them get second in the Constructors' Championship. Then on board with Toy Coin out of the final turn. Then DRS and 2 DRS zones around this course. And it's a sprint race as well. Other driver changes as well. And for bronze and for silver, we have got Golden Wolf, who lasted long as well. He is now out of the Williams. In comes a very impressive driver in of its own right. Then that is of course Marconi, who's done a brilliant job so far for the AlphaTauri and for the Ferrari team. So that would turn their fortunes as well around. And of course in bronze as well, Item is out, and Jay Higgs, who's probably deserved a seat for since the beginning of time now, has finally got that seat with Ferrari as well. But that is a good point. That is a very good thing indeed for Ferrari, because of course they are going, hopefully they lead the championship at the moment, but they want to go a bit further than that. Then on board, Nigel has gone 9th fast. We'll go through the drivers and the constructors in just a jiffy as well. Then Nigel currently 9th at the moment. Percy is currently fast with Immortal alongside him. Debutant tonight as well. Cass, who was absolutely superlative in the bronze, was absolutely superlative in the bronze, of course, even though it was very controversial between himself and TK, is gone in the Alpine tonight, as he is reserving in place of Marquis. But Alpine, I think, desperately needs some points tonight, don't they? They have had a pretty disappointing season out now. I think that's 2 seasons in a row now. Alpine are not really hit the heights, have they? It's the old former Renault team, which they used to be known as. Remember, Renault won in the 5 seasons in ALR, 6 seasons in ALR. They won 3 Constructors' Championships. That is just about a 50% strike rate then. But since becoming the blue and pink brand, Alpine have not exactly been very impressive at all. Immortal's been impressive though. We're fastest so far. Only 1 qualifying session in here tonight before we go into the sprint format, which of course which will determine the grid for the race itself, which is also coming up later on tonight. Then Immortal currently fast on a 31.9 then, with Percy alongside him. Cass in 3rd position now, looking strong indeed then. I'd like to see Cass in a full-time seat in gold, which would be very cool indeed. Box Talent in 4th position as he is back into the pit lane now. Green, Saturn B Green, the green mean fighting machine then. The green mean fighting machine then is of course in 7th position as well. Thank you very much to, oh gosh, who was it? We got a new subscriber as well. I apologise profusely. Hopefully they'll shout me out in the comments in a minute. New subscriber as well. Thank you very much. Then Coop as in Soup in 11th position with Chappers in 12th. And when Troy and Knowlesy are on the circuit, then Troy's in valet. This time I'm going to stick with Knowlesy for the minute. Then, but at the moment it's a Williams 1-2, isn't it? That is absolutely superlative as well. But tonight is it is, I suppose, about the Williams team, but it's also about their driver Percy, who of course is been on another level, and I think this will be the 2nd fastest time in ALR history that a championship has been claimed. I think After tonight, there will only be 4 rounds to go, won't there? I think Emerson clinched it in Season 5 with 6 rounds to go, or 5 rounds to go. He won it in Singapore, didn't he, that season, round 15. So this will be the second fastest in ALR Gold history if the championship is crowned, if the champion is crowned here tonight. Then at Knowlesy, then who's just coming out of the technical part of the circuit. Of course, as we've got evening to you, Tango, Moomin, a good evening, Sean, then, and all the top guys tonight. Then feel for the drivers of the collapsed sun conditions for qualifying. Tango saying, Camero, hello, Sean, hello, all drivers, good luck there. Gurman has given me his internet gremlins, is what Farf is saying. Now, Knowlesy has gone at 12th fastest at the moment, and we have got chappers crawling on the outside of the circuit. Lovely Devon Butler global helmet there. Is it Devon Butler? I can't remember the guy's name now, but he's got a new helmet. Anyway, Kesler going up into 4th fastest. Kesler has been an absolute revelation, hasn't he, since coming in today into the sport of ALR. I would like to see. I'm looking forward to seeing what Kesler could do next season, because I think he could have and should have won. Was it the Japanese Grand Prix? I think it was, wasn't it? Was it the Japanese Grand Prix or last week in Qatar? Well, he should have won a race, as he's retired from the session, Kesler. But I think a safety car really cost him, didn't it, unfortunately, which is such a shame indeed. That I'm defo better here, and with oh gosh, I've got a heart in I got a heart in the middle of my in the middle of my screen there, so I can't get rid of it. That's great stuff. But I'll read a comment out in just a jiffy. So we've only got 2 minutes left in this qualifying session. Yeah, that we are a bit late here, getting going tonight. As I said, my capture card's broke, which is good. Well, I don't know. It just flashes green on me, and Streamlabs cannot find it. Indigo going 6th fast. Indigo had a great result last time out in Qatar. I think Indigo does like the sprint formats, don't they? In terms of sprint formats for next season, it is down to the. Of course, I think the admins that may have the admins and the stewards will all have a discussion about the sprint format going forward, but I'm getting the vibe that I think that the admins, which I think is absolutely superb, we might not have this sprint format for season 10 next season in ALR, which is superbative indeed. I'm definitely better here, and with tyre than I am in Qatar, to say the least, and I think I ruined it trying to go on a different setup there. We are serious much now with the arrows pointing upwards as well, which is good stuff indeed. Immortal currently fast at the moment now. Immortal has never been on pole position in an ALR Gold race before, which I find absolutely astounding, because I'm sure he was a quick customer in the 100% league, wasn't he, last season? But I'm surprised that he's never had a pole position before, has he, Immortal? But he has had a win, of course. He started the season very strong, and as Percy said last week, then. Oh, thank you very much, Russia. Just so you can read it then, and I just keep up with good stuff indeed. I wish I could move that heart, then it keeps getting in my way. On board with Boxtel, well, currently 5th at the moment there. Boxtel and Troy, the 2 drivers there. There's Indigo goes a superlative 3rd fast, and 30 seconds after this qualifying session. Good stuff indeed. TK, I'm going to miss this week, but I'll be back next. And that's a shame now for TK. Of course, TK, I think, will probably be quite happy with the bad luck that he's had, of course, in Japan. And then in Qatar as well. Of course, Japan was cost the victory, and then in the then of course he had a puncture, didn't he? Those 2 results, I think, would have taken him in the lead of the bronze championship there. Of course, we've got a similar situation to tomorrow night in silver, as we got the gold tonight. Then as Brabbit could be crowned champion as well. Checker flag has fallen in the Austin Breeze. I think Percy's going to struggle to match Immortal's time. He hasn't a match. He's 69. Nice. Hundredths of a second, then be quicker than what he was before, but it's not enough for pole position. And currently, Immortal is on pole position. As I said, this will be his first pole position of his career in ALR, if he can do it then. McLaren coming around the final turn then, and which McLaren is? It's Boxtel, who goes 3rd fastest, but it's not enough to beat Percy. Only the 2 Williams cars are in the 31s, which is pretty incredible indeed. Here's Cass on his debut for the gold brand, and he goes 3rd fastest there. A great debut here for Cass there. Brilliant 17 for the Alpine. We got a gaggle of cars there. Down the back end of the circuit, nameless in 10th position at the moment. Troy is not where's Troy? I don't think Troy has set time. I see he has it. He's right down near the back of the field. And what about Nigel? Nigel into the final turn as well, and accelerates away across the line. Then Nigel goes 12th fastest there. Watch all the cars come through in the background. Toy Coin goes for 6th fastest now. As we got a retirement indeed. Then Sam Green across the line. Sam Green stays 8 fast. Well, there's Ferrari in the background. Chappers and Coop 11th and 13th respectively. Gurman down in 14th position. Gurman's going to stay 14th. Troy is in the beat, out to qualify. Troy's down in 19th position. This is a single shot qualified. Equals down in 16th position. A terrible qualifying now. Sloth goes 8 fast indeed. The Mr. Raging Bull disqualified for parking in the pit entry there, which is not to be advised. Liam Ye in 18th position. Troy in 19th. Knowlesy in 16th. Equals in 17th. Gurman has had a horror show as well and is down in 15th with a very dirty Alfa Romeo. But what is not a horror show is Immortal with a pole position, his first pole position of his career in ALR. So superlative stuff indeed there for himself and the Williams team. And that is absolutely perfection for the Williams as well. And that is our 6th pole position of the season for the Williams team, which actually matches the total amount of wins they got as well, which is currently sat at 6. Then congratulations to Immortal. That's his first pole position of his career in ALR. Superlative stuff indeed. That 5,800 a second in front of teammate Percy, who's on the cusp of history tonight. Then of course said as he only needs to outscore Boxtel by 10 and Troy by 12 to be crowned world champion, and it's the 7th world champion in ALR Gold history. Percy. So at the moment, as things stand now, that will not happen because, of course, and then the championship will move on to Mexico in a week's time, of course. That is a standard racing event here, but there's a lot of twists and turns to go in this one. Oh goodness me, let me quickly go through the comments as well. Gotta miss this week being nice. Hello, Sirius. Oh boy, then evening and good luck. Thanksgiving works crazy. TK is saying, and of course, I don't. Thanksgiving's not a huge tradition over here in good old Great Britain, is it? No, which is a shame because I do love a bit of turkey. Unfortunately, I have to wait a couple of weeks then, which is a shame indeed. Then, as you can see, look at that beautiful sun setting here in the sprint. Then, so it's a bit of a evening event or a dusk event. Then I should say, no, then a dusk is it? It's a late afternoon event here. The sprint is, of course, the sprint is going to be how we determine the grid order for the United States Grand Prix. There are the fans in the top of the just above the pit box there, going wild then, and I'm sure a lot of them will be going wild for the Williams team after a appalling season last season for the Williams team. I think that they're going to be they're just absolutely over to Boxstar. Didn't even get off the grid there. Issues there for the McLaren team, which is a worry for the race itself. Soft tyres for Gurman and Liam. Yeah, they're going aggressive. Everyone else is going to be on the medium compound tyres. So let's go for the grid. This is how they line up. And there's the Williams team still haven't cleaned the car, have they? Which is shocking stuff indeed. Then. Which is shocking stuff indeed. That track limits will be the biggest trouble for the drivers tonight. Also could see some trying hopeful too, but I expect to see the medium, the hard to the medium. One of my favourite ever races that I which I commentated on, was the season 4 United States Grand Prix, and it was Alhan who won the race there by he just elected to go on a one-stopper, which caught Emerson very much, because Emerson was quite a quick customer back then. And, of course, that caught Emerson out, didn't it? And because of that, Alhan went on to win. That's his one and only Grand Prix win of his career in ALR before calling it a day. So, but it's a fantastic race indeed. Let's go for the grid, shall we? Immortal pole position in his first pole of his career. Lucas Percy second, Cass in third, Boxtel in fourth position, Indigo fifth, with Toy Coin in sixth, Keza 7th, Sloth in 8th position, Sam B. Green in 9th, Chazza in 10th. Welcome back, Chazza. Hope everything's all right. Nameless in 11th, 12th is Coop, 13th is Nigel, Chappers in 14th, Gurman 15th, 16th is Nosey, Equal 17th, Liam Ye 18th, Troy in 19th, and 20th is Mr. Raging Bull. No pit stops we expect in this sprint, unless, of course, you've got damage. Championship looks like this. Percy 287 points then, 101 points in front of Troy, 103 points in front of Boxtel. He's on the cusp of history. He's on the cusp of becoming the 7th ever champion of ALR. Of course, he needs to outscore Boxtel. And Troy by 12 and 10 points respectively. Immortal in 4th position, climbing up the order then. Equals is in 5th. 6th is Keza. 1 point separates Equals and Keza. Then Chazza in 7th with Sloth in 8th. Gurman in 9th. 10th position is Sam B. Green and Indigo in 11th. 2 points behind Sam B. Green. There's a great battle between Sloth, Gurman, Sam, Indigo, and all for the mid part of the table. And Indigo in 11th position. Now this is Mr. Rage. We'll have to get rid. We'll have to come back to a championship order later on. Then, as we are now lined up on the grid now, preparing ourselves for the start of the United States Grand Prix. The red lights are beginning to come on then, and there they are. Then the lights are on. Here we go then, and away we go for the sprint. This all-important showdown tonight in USA. And up into turn one, then Immortal goes through it into the, Percy goes through it into the lead then. And it's a Williams 1-2 formation flying. That's perfect. Percy with a new crash helmet as well. Hopefully it's not going to have the same effect that Schumacher had to Schumacher in 98, the Japanese Grand Prix, as they all funnel through the first part of the circuit then. And at the moment that is Percy leading. Second position is Immortal. Third is Cass with Indigo in fourth position. Toy Coin in fifth. Keza in sixth position. Yellow flag in the background. German all the way down then. So German's gamble on soft tires is not going to be helped by that then. But the two Williams cars are looking strong indeed then. It's a 1-2 for Williams in the in qualifying now, as Troy is up 6 positions there. Troy, and that's a Haas who has spun there, and that is Liam, and Chapper is coming together, and it's a VSC damage, and there's debris screwed all across the Armco, and oh dear, and as Chapper's there wiggling there, as shaking his rear from left to right there. I'm not sure if he's imitating the old Renault Megane advert, but or he might not be happy with Liam, that unfortunately both drivers have got damage there, both going to be well done the order, unless of course there's a full safety car, but at the moment it's just a VSC. Troy at 5 positions, Equals at 4 positions. Who needs qualified, fantastic. Mr. Rage and Bull at 3 positions there. Down 3 goes Boxstar didn't even have a formation lap, and I think his tires were probably not cooking, were they? Nameless down into 15th position at the moment there, but Mercedes do need these points, and of course as they are now only 11 points behind McLaren, but McLaren have only got 2 in this race there, with a Boxstar. Sloffer out of the points at the run, and hopefully we'll be green in just a few moments time there. And just going up in to turn 1 now. Oh, so still no. We're now green then. So we got 4 drivers in the pits. Mr. Rage and Bull and Boxstar has lunged on at Keza and is through and up into 7th position now. Up into 6, I say. There's a Boxstar trying to recover nicely. German out of the sprint. I say this is not a Grand Prix. Look at Percy extending his lead. Then the gap is almost a second, and DRS will be available at the end of the third lap, not the end of the first lap. So at the end of the second lap, not the end of the first lap like we have in traditional sprints usually. In the real world of Formula 1 then. Cass, who's in first position, his debut tonight then, doing a great job indeed. The only thing that I am shaking my head about with Cass is the fact is that he's got a default helmet. Apart from that, lovely stuff indeed then, as we go over the brow of the hill and down the back straight then in the beautiful Austin sunshine there. And who is that then? That is Boxstar making his way back up into 5th position now. The McLaren driver trying to keep this championship alive until at least Mexico. However, Percy there at the moment though is looking very much on song now, isn't he? Immortal in 2nd position now. It's a great pole position for Immortal there. Fantastic stuff indeed there. We got Toy Coin in 3rd position there. The deltas, the gaps on the timing tower will be sorted out in just a jiffy. German out of the race then, unfortunately. I think there must have been quite a lot of damage there to the Alfa Romeo, unfortunately. And look, as Tango said then, that low setting sun is going to be an absolute, it's going to be difficult for the drivers out of turn 20 there. Boxstar was Percy, but Boxstar set the fast up of the race there. There are the 2 Mercedes, 13th and 15th. A great start for Troy. Not so good for Nameless down into 15th. But this is Nameless' first drive as a full-time Mercedes driver in 15th position there. So hopefully that he needs to hit the ground running for Mercedes in the second of the Constructors' Championship, don't they? But good stuff. But I think that Nameless certainly has shown flashes of brilliance already in his very short career. Only 3 races so far. This will be his 4th Grand Prix start here tonight then. Car 88, that is Percy. Then of course he has been very much the measuring stick of the field this season. He's already out of DRS already. However, Immortal has gapped it down to under a second. And was he under the second? Oh, and look at that then. And getting all crossed up, Percy is there. That's not going to help the tires too much then. But there is not going to be a mandatory pit stop like there is in the standard Grand Prix event. Look at Indigo once again. Indigo, like he has in the last event, and he is showing some pace again. Indigo is there, I know, doing a great job in the Red Bull. Of course, Indigo is there. Indigo on the march. He's in 11th in the championship now, but he has started to really start to get the results in now for himself and the Red Bull team. Of course, Red Bull down in 8th for the constructors, but they're only 9 points away from the Haas team. Haas had a very big score, didn't they, in Japan, I think it was, wasn't it? Of course, so Red Bull then kind of equaled that in Qatar, and now again then Indigo showing some pace. Well, Mr. Rage down in that 17th position on there. That is the battle for the Haas, battle for the constructors and the Haas. Haas are also I must say that the constructors is quite close, isn't it? So Red Bull can potentially still move up to as high as maybe 5th in the constructors. So not a lot of drivers probably care about the constructors, but I certainly do. I think it's an interesting dynamic coupe, as in Super currently in 10th position at this moment in time here. Very good stuff indeed. Nameless in 15th position there. Lovely helmet design as well for Nameless. I haven't really spoken much about helmets lately. I thought it was just shameful behaviour indeed. Mr. Raging Bull set the fast lap race. Of course, there's no points for fast lap in the sprint event. Not like Formula 2. Not like Formula 2 where you get points here, there and everywhere. Of course, and I was talking to Formula 2 in Qatar. The Campos team, Cirrus Mushroom and Toy Coin, had almost the perfect weekend in Qatar, didn't they? They scored almost every single point on offer, but I can't remember who it was now. Someone stolen that fastest lap point on the very last lap. Otherwise, that would have been the perfect event, and that's actually taken Campos into the lead of the team's championship in Formula 2 as well. Formula 2, I think, is in Brazil this week, isn't it? So Formula 2 has only got, well, it's Toy Coins. Toy Coin now is really struggling. It looks like, I wonder if his tyres are overheated there, because they are screaming hot by the looks of things, as they cannot get on the power at all. And unfortunately, I'm just flicking it through turn 18 and the triple apex corner, then not mirrored. I think maybe taking a bit of inspiration off of the beast corner known as turn 8 in Istanbul. Of course, unfortunately, ALR has never raced in Turkey yet then, but hopefully one day in the near future. Oh, Nigel's off the circuit. Nigel's recovering now, but that's at turn 19 now. Nigel's had a miserable season, he has, but I gotta say, I do tip my hat off to Nigel for sticking with it then. Look at this battle at the front then. So as it stands then, Percy is not going to be champion at the moment because he cannot be champion in the sprint, but he certainly is teeing himself up nicely to be potentially win the championship in the Grand Prix coming up in just under 5 or 6 laps time now. So it's still a Williams 1-2 at the moment. They're looking very strong indeed then. Of course, as on board person once again, lovely crash how it then as he is going into the looking at the sunset there just in front of us here. As just like a real F1, we are in the United States this week, which is very good stuff indeed. That we're talking about Las Vegas, hopefully hopefully soon indeed. Then, albeit I had to watch it on my small phone, which was shocking indeed. I think it just kind of sums up my day, to be fair. As unfortunately, I watched all the hullabaloo in the pre-show and all that kind of stuff. And then when I got to the race itself, my electric went out. Now we got a great battle between Toy Coin and Chazza. Chazza's only missed one race, which was last week there, but of course, Chazza all over the gearbox now, the AlphaTauri. Toy Coins, I think Toy Coins' tyres are gone because Chazza is really pushing. It's really pushing him now. I think if Chazza can get past, he's going to disappear down the road then, isn't he? As on board now with Chazza. I'm going to try and quickly read out the comments, I think, then, because I've been very much ignoring you, which is shameful behaviour indeed. Then across the line I can, and here is Chazza now. Then let me quickly lean forward. Where am I? I don't know where I am. Tango. Surprised that Percy hasn't jetted off into the distance yet. He's about a second there, isn't he? I think he's I wonder if he's helping his teammate Immortal, maybe. As we've also got that Toy Coins done the hard work for Campos, and Mushroom, it's facts. to be fair, Mushroom is in 4th in the driver's standings in Formula 2, so you don't get there by chance. So I think the Serious Mushroom is selling himself short there, but a great podium indeed. Then I think the Mushroom positions around the podium, like in the last couple of events, hasn't he? He's been flying up there, hasn't he? Very good stuff indeed there for Mushroom. But he's probably keeping Immortal in tow as well. As of course, I did read that comment before Tango put it. I swear. To be honest, though, but you can never know, can you? There is a goodness me. We have got then is Serious Russia, who's nameless said, and you put Kaz in the in bronze. G said KD felt like Vegas was a dream. Lol. Of course. KD did go to Las Vegas on Friday and Saturday. Chazza up the inside into turn 17, and Toy Coin is repelling the attack. Then we have just over half distance in this race. 10 laps of the sprint. 10 laps of the sprint now, but Toy Coin is just about fended off. The other AlphaTauri is still in the facility of Toy Coin, so he might be able to give him a DRS run down into the on the long back straight there. But Sloth is now all over the gearbox while Sloffer in the McLaren. Grand Prix winner Sloth is, and here comes Chazza again now. Chazza has been on pole position twice. He's never won a Grand Prix in his ALR career, has he, Chazza? Which I think is something which is something which just doesn't sit well with me at all, because I think Chazza probably deserves a Grand Prix win. Well, more than one Grand Prix win, in my opinion. He's been a superb driver, hasn't he, Chazza? And on board with Chazza once again, but he's having a lot of understeer there, isn't he? Is that car? Kez's, I'm not sure if Kez's, I thought that as Ted Tango and I were both saying it, though, great minds think alike, then how dare you insult Tango like that? Goodness gracious me. If he's got a mind like mine, then he's got no chance in life, has he? Of course, Tango, a very smart cookie indeed. That's why we call him Ted Tango. However, Keza might be in a bit of trouble here. Look at this queue of cars now behind. Nigel's got a 3-second power. Look at these queue of cars. Oh, who's that? That's it, the Mortal. And Kaz are fighting for position. Kaz has now been in second position and is potentially ruining Williams' perfect day out there. Sloughing Troy is now into 10th. Troy has flown through the field like a hot knife through butter. The Ferrari up the inside of Coupe, but unfortunately couldn't get through there. But Kaza is, I'm not sure if he's back enough to help his teammate with first issues, but that is, I think, a bit too close for the AlphaTauris. And that is not good at all, is it? Unfortunately, it's not good, unfortunately, at all then. Out of the final turn then. So, look, Cass now in second position. A great debut for the Alpine driver. Lucas Percy leads second position as Cass. Lucas Percy has led most of the Grand Prix. The sprint, how dare I. Led most of the sprint then. Keza, who's struggling, but he is just, I think that... well, let's see then. Toy Coynan is very much getting to the back of his teammate here. Troy maybe on the cusp of points there. Only running time so far, that's German there. I think that German out of the race are the Season 6 champion. Unfortunately for German, having a bit of a nightmare tonight. Well, Percy is just, Chazza's got a free set. That's costly for Chazza. Unfortunately, Chazza is going to be out of the points of that then with just 3 laps to go. And Sloth is not going to need to overtake anyone now to get that 8th position. Nice to get an idea of strat and get some Ted Tango info. Try up the inside as of course the defending champion, potentially the outgoing champion here, is now in the 9th position, but he's not going for a fight. Abysmal qualifying, but in the sprint that he is very much fighting for this, isn't he? There, Boxtel in 5th position there, and as we said that, of course, I think it's 12 points for Troy, 10 for Boxtel, or the other way around actually, isn't it? It's 12 for Boxtel, 10 for Troy, or something along those lines, isn't it? But Troy now for the 9th position. That would be 8th position at a point as well there. Good stuff indeed then. But here's Percy. Almost 2 seconds in front now. Malta will be disappointed that then he's down into third now, but I think Malta has started to regain some of his form from earlier on this season then, because he was superb in the beginning of the season, wasn't he? He was shot to 4. He was an early championship contender, wasn't he, Malta? But it has fallen flat around the mid stage of the season, and unfortunately, he's having a sniff into turn 1 of Cass there, as they're all in DRS range of each other, aren't they? So it's looking very, very interesting indeed there. Troy having a look, but of course he doesn't need to pass, and Chaz has got a penalty now, unfortunately, for the Alfa Romeo team. Oh, he swallowed me tongue. For the Alfa Romeo team, so that is a big blow indeed. Look at this as we go through, thread the eye of the needle as well. Lovely stuff indeed. Then as always, leading with there, fantastic stuff indeed over the brow of the hill once again, then dropping down and in to drop down into the big stop of 12. Look at this conga line here. It's Keza, Toy Coin, Chaza, Troy, Slop, and Coop. And then we got Sam B. Green as well. Nameless is just about hanging on to the back of this crocodile. My word, that's absolutely incredible here. So accelerate away as there is Nameless in the background. Yellow flag is at Nigel off the circuit. Lap 9 of this race then. And look at this, and look at this, and they're all trying to break the slipstream, aren't they? As long as there's no excessive weaving, it should be okay. Slopper almost got into the back of Keza, but that's great racing there for Slop, because he's now the inside the champion. Slopper through, he's through. No, he isn't, because Troy's coming back, Alan, there into turn 17. Great race indeed then. But now on the outside, and Slop had the momentum, and he's got the position. That's potential for the final point of this sprint race as well, of course. Great driving indeed. And remember as well, and remember, what am I remembering? I don't know what I'm remembering, to be honest. Goodness gracious me. Oh yes, and remember as well that Sergio Perez and Sutil couldn't do that back in the 2014 United States Grand Prix. So hats off to Slop and Troy. Final lap there of the sprint, and it certainly is a sprint, isn't it? It absolutely flies by, doesn't it? Percy is on his merry way once again. Then Percy is, and this will be Percy's 5th sprint race win in 7 races and 7 sprints that he has started. Superlative stuff. Percy loves a sprint, doesn't he? He is absolutely sublime in this format. Good stuff indeed then. Yes, don't forget to like. Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe, even though this Mr. Commentator here has forgotten who is the latest subscriber, which is shocking stuff indeed. I'll have a look in a minute as when my computer decides to sort itself out. I'll have a look at a bit who's our latest subscriber. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that indeed. We've got last lap action here. It's on the outside of Walter. He's off the circuit. Let's go 3-second penalty. And Indigo is now on the outside. Indigo's going to steal a podium here in the sprint. Indigo, another driver like Percy. He's going up the inside. He takes it. Cars and Indigo have come together now. I'm wondering if that might not been on the cards, but Indigo's got second nonetheless there. I don't think Cars is going to be too thrilled with that, is he? Goodness gracious me. At the end of the straight is the one to watch for Walter then, as Troy's got a 3-second penalty. That's going to cost him dearly in the grid then. Percy wins the sprint race. That's his 5th sprint race win in 7 starts. Really good stuff indeed. Indigo second, and Mortal in third, with Cass in fourth, and Boxtel in fifth. Of course, there is going to be a lot of chatter though about Indigo and Cass in turn 16, unfortunately, as maybe that might not have been on there potentially, but I'm not too sure. As Cass is not a fan of that maneuver either. Whoa, is that Nigel down in 19th position, unfortunately, but he is classified with Liam, yeah, and Chapper's just finishing off at that one as well. My goodness me, but Percy, 8 points there, 4 for Boxtow, which means that, hang on, gosh, here we go. This is the worst part of the championship. I really dislike this last part, goodness gracious me. Things have gone seriously wrong for Troy. Ted Tango is saying that is a big blow for Troy. His performance in the sprint, unfortunately, was so good up until that 3-second penalty has cost him. Percy, who is now only 6 points there over Troy or Boxtow, and how many do you need for? And I think it's 12 points, isn't it? So only 8 points then over the other one as well. Then. Hello, Sean Howard. How are you, mate? Then I'm very well, Mike. I'm very well, Broke Gorilla. Hope you're well indeed. Then. Good passing spot where Indigo did it. Just if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Defo worth a shot, serious mushroom mistake. Oh, definitely agree with that. Of course, we cannot, of course, we don't want to take away the driver's attempts there at going for passing opportunities there. I just thought it was a bit rough. But then again, I won't be a big softie. Right, final classification then from the sprint. I've got to take my jumper off and all my hullabaloo earlier on, so I'm going to be sweating like I normally sweat next to a salad bar. Final classification classification, Percy wins the sprint, his 5th win in 7 attempts in the sprint. Fantastic. Indigo in 2nd. 3rd is Immortal, Cass in 4th, Boxtel 5th, Kez in 6th, Toy Coin survived in 7th with Sloth in 8th, Coop as in Soup in 9th, 10th is Sam B. Green, 11th is Nameless, 12th is Chatter, Equals 13th, Naughty 14th, Troy in 15th, Mr. Rage 16th, Chapper 17th, Liam 18th, Nigel 19th. Verona retirement was Gurman, unfortunately, in this one now. Let's go through the drivers and the constructors standing, shall we? This was, of course, before the sprint then, but there we go. Right, so the Percy is now only 6 points away from winning. Of course, that's outscored Troy by 8 points and Boxtel by 6 points, and to be crowned champion of Champion League. So we're keeping on that bet, and I've got to ask everyone for their masks as well, because my mask is rubbish. Anyway, carrying on with the championship order. And the constructors, Williams leads by 135 points. Williams cannot win the constructors today. They could win it in Mexico if things go their way. If things go their way, oh, interesting. Now I've just read a comment. Now I'll read it out in a minute. If things go their way very nicely, Williams could win it in Mexico. McLaren are in 2nd there. They need a big score though. McLaren, but of course, if Williams do win it, then it has to go completely their way here tonight. Of course, Mercedes in 3rd position. Alpha Tauri is 4th with Alfa Romeo in 5th, Aston Martin 6th, 7th is the Haas team, 8th is Red Bull, Alpine in 9th, but good score for Alpine now with Cass there, and Ferrari in 10th position. Joint constructors looks like this. It is Mercedes who leads the way on 108 points there in front of Williams in 2nd, Alfa Romeo in 3rd with McLaren in 4th, 12 points in front of the Red Bull, then we got Haas in 6th position and there, 8 points in front of the Alpha Tauri, dominated the joint constructors last season. They're in 7th, Ferrari up to 8th there, 21 points in front of the Alpine or 9th position, and Aston Martin bringing up the rear in 10th position now. As Indigo likes it rough, Indigo, indeed I do that, as we've also got possible rain at the end there. That was what I was intrigued by, so let's see how this one goes, shall we? Let's go for the tyres. And all the compounds of tyres are being used in this race, and Gurman soft, Chappers soft, Mr. H soft, Troy soft, Sam B. Green soft, hard tyres for Nigel, for Equals, for Nameless, for Geordie, and for the top 3 of Immortal, Indigo and Percy. Everyone else is on the medium compound tyres. 28 laps around Kota. Of course, we got 3 American races this season, haven't we? Of course, we got in Kota tonight. We have got one in. We had one in Miami, and then we got, of course, Las Vegas as well, which, of course, if anyone hasn't watched Las Vegas, I would suggest you do. It was actually a really good race. I enjoyed that. I mean, the track doesn't look too exciting, does it? But if very much as Harmonson said, it was like Baku, but better, wasn't it? I'm not sure if it's better than Baku. That remains to be seen. But it was certainly a good race. I enjoyed it very much so, albeit the trials and tribulations I've had today. Shocking stuff indeed then, but there we go. And unfortunately, I'm got tomorrow off E-Road, so I'm going to be a very grumpy ginger. Percy first is going to start first, so Indigo in 2nd, Immortal in 3rd, then Cass in 4th position. What a debut for Cass in the sprint. It's his first ever start on an ALR Gold Grand Prix in 4th position now. 5th is Boxtel. Boxtel needs to be within needs to be within 6 points of Percy at the flag for Percy to be crowned champion, I think. Keza in 7th, 8th position is Toy Coin, Sloth in 9th, 10th is Coop, 10th is Sam B Green, 11th is 9th is Coop. Then I'll get there eventually. Nameless off the circuit in car 7. Goodness gracious me. Nameless in 11th position there. Chaz at 12th, Equals in 13th, Knowlesy in 14th. Troy needs to be is in 15th. He needs to be within 8 points of it needs to be within 8 points at the end of the flag then to keep the championship alive for Percy then. Mr. Rage in 16th, Chapper 17th, Liam 18th, Gurman 19th is Nigel, Gurman in 20th position as they line up on the grid now as they prepare themselves for the start of the race. Come on, Choice done that, and hello to you, Admir that of course says I'm sure that Nati as Admir that very much an Immortal fan out there, and great to have you you along for the ride then. Moving, but no, the race was good, and I can't wait until we race, until we race Las Vegas. Another strong track of mine. Drivers are getting messages of rain in 10, so things could get very spicy indeed. That might be why there's a lot of drivers on the soft tires. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. I'm guessing the lights. It's lights out, and it's go here in the United States in Kota, and maybe a champion elected for Percy as we go down. So is he going on the inside? He's going for it. He's having a look, but Percy does a McLaren off the circuit. I think it's I don't know who it is, but Percy the motor of Indigo. He's of Indigo, the very much pressurising the champion, the leader of the championship here. Kaz up in the third position. Kaz in fourth position. Oh, we're boxed out. 7 on the inside of Motor. It's a terrible start for the Williams show. Down in the back of the field, it's Nigel, and Nameless has jumped down the other side. There's cars all over the show. Nigel recovering them, but goodness gracious me, I think Indigo was very much. I think that Indigo was throwing caution to the wind. There was he wanted to say, oh my gosh, so there's that Troy up the inside, contact with Chazza as Troy needs to make hay whilst the sun is shining now. Oh my goodness me, go on Indigo. Then we would say that very much throwing caution to the wind. Indigo was there, wasn't he? Of course, knowing that Percy might jump out of his way if of course if he goes for a bold move. Look at these cars there, all down to the big breaking point there at the end of the back straight. Samby Green in 9th position. Troy is back into the points, up in 10th position there, absolutely flying through the field. Then Percy, Indigo, Keza, then we got Cass, Sloth and Boxer, both McLarens 5th and 6th. I wonder if we might see team orders from the Woking team here tonight. Mortal, terrible start, down in 7th position there. Toy Coin, Green in 9th, Troy in 10th position, at 5 positions there. German at 5 positions as well. That one completed. The gap is about 6/10 of a second there. DRS will be available at the end of the second lap, down the back straight then, and into down the back straight, and of course and also on the start finish straight, got up into turn 1 there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Percy leads the way. Indigo is all over the back of the Williams driver now, with Kaz in third, Kaz in 4th position there. We got some great battling between Equals and Mr. Rachel Bulls. They snake their way through the yeses, thank goodness me. Look at that, that's a fantastic shot. Oh my word, it's getting me giddy. Brilliant. Magnificent stuff indeed. Boxhouse not a minute behind. Equals, that's a very early time penalty for Equals. Nigel and Nameless both in the pit lane now. I'm not sure if they came to blows, but they was near the back of the field, unfortunately, for both those two drivers. Here comes Cass down the inside of Kessa now. A big stop there. Brilliant stuff indeed there. There is no DRS in there. He's gone wide there. Kessa could have a run then on the back straight. Indigo's definitely have a run then. Indigo's there. What a race in his ALR career. He is all over the back now, on board once again then with Indigo. He is going for it. He's having a look then. He's not using the ERS deployment there, and he is through. He takes the lead, does he? Yes, does a lock up there, and he takes the lead in the United States Grand Prix. Wow, Indigo is absolutely flying out there at the moment. What a start for the Red Bull driver. Oh, having a twitch though. Percy down to 2nd position there, so Percy's nominated all his own way at the moment. However, he's got one job tonight and one job alone, and that is to clinch the championship as it stands at the moment. Let me get my own fingers out. 18 compared to 8 at the moment. He is the world champion. Perseus, is it finishes now? Very so that's it finishes now, but we've got a long way to go. Oh, Bilton Matt, I haven't heard of Bilton in Martin Ages. Fantastic stuff. Hello Matt, hope you're well. Now we got some Serious Russian. Serious doesn't have to win. He needs to think about the title. Serious Russian saying, I echo that entirely. Up to the top of the hill as well, as they go into the hairpin of turn 1 there. Up in the inside is the potentially the outgoing champion Troy there, but he's not going out without a fight on those soft tyres. Great stuff indeed there. Brilliant indeed there. When the leader of the championship needs to be cautious, the rest has nothing to lose, so why not have a go then? Indigo's on fire then. Indigo will definitely be his sectors tonight then. The guy is on fire at the start of the race then. He certainly is, isn't he, Indigo? It's lovely shot indeed there. Goodness me. Good job I'm not afraid of heights or anything, otherwise I'll be clinging onto the sides of my poof then. Down into the big stop of the right hand of the left-hander then, onto the back straight. Indigo will have to start to think about the fender though, and but then again Cass is coming as well, and this is going to get very interesting then. Apparently rain is in 10 minutes here in Koto. We'll keep it on the scores. Percy retakes the lead, passes Indigo, and now moves up into first position now. Indigo then will have to wait till the start finish straight to get another dose of DRS, and German and Equals are swapping positions. There they go. He's up into 14th position. Equals down into 15th now, and oh lovely, brilliant indeed then. Now in this technical sector is very much about follow the leader, isn't it? Fast Broadcast Live. Yo, good evening to you, my good sir. We've also got Hello Fastlane. This is shaping up nicely indeed. Moomin is saying wow, fantastic stuff indeed. And now coming into the final party lap as well. And Percy still leads it, but Indigo is going to have DRS it. Gets a good run out to the final turn of 20. He's going to have a go up into turn 1. Turn 1 is so wide, almost like my waistline. It is very inviting indeed, but no dice at the moment. However, Boxtel's past his teammate Slough up into 5th position. But still, it's not enough for the championship at the moment for Boxtel to keep himself in this championship hunt. Only Boxtel and Troy can keep this championship hope alive. I'm surprised Slough doesn't drop back, but he is on softer tyres, isn't he? Indigo is absolutely flying in the first sector there. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Hello to you, Fastlane. As we have also got, didn't go just fine reverse there. Going down into... where am I? Go down to the left-hander as well. DRS is going to be available now. About 2/3 down this straight there. Nigel is set to fast on the race. Nigel Nameless well out of sync at the moment. They both need a safety car fit. Here's Indigo. And he's coming for it. He's going for it. Here he goes. And no, he's not, as he stays behind the Williams car. I thought he was going to have a go there. It's again another lock up there. Hopefully it's not going to hurt the tires too much then. We did hear from Ted Tango down in the pit lane that rain is on the horizon in 10 minutes. So when is that in terms of the drivers? And when are they going to be thinking about coming to the pits? I think anyone on soft tires would like it to come quite soon here, but I think 10 minutes are probably be in the next lap or two. Not the next lap or two, and then a couple of laps indeed then. That's a fine waistline there, Sean. Thank you very much for being there. It's, to be honest, it's not the boat though. I must say I've had a lot of junk today there, but that is my excuses F1. So Liam is out of the race there. Now there's a safety car. Liam is our first retirement here, and into the pits comes Gurman. It's a late decision for the Alfa Romeo team. Here is the former champion now coming into the pits now, and then he is going to slow down. What tires is going to go on? He's going on the mediums here. Then Gurman is a drive-through penalty for Nigel. Then his day just gets worse, unfortunately for Nigel. Liam, out to the Grand Prix, our first retirement then. So Gurman comes out the pits, so he is given the track position here. Excuse me, I've just dribbled everywhere. He's given up track position, has a Gurman there, to have fresh tyres, and let's see how this one transpires. So safety car is out then. So safety car is out then. And that means that the drivers are going to have to form up in a orderly queue behind Bert Mylander, the safety car. There he is. He's letting everyone through at the moment there. It's because, of course, he didn't pick up the right leader, which is what happened in the 1973 Canadian Grand Prix. I'm sure it was. It's into the pits comes Nigel now then. So a second pit stop of this race so far. Into the pits comes Nigel then. So Percy leads the way. If Indigo in second there, I'm going to be honest, I don't think this is what Percy wants in his bid to be crowned champion here tonight, does it? He wanted a straightforward race, but Indigo is giving him anything but that, which is causing some very high perspiration rates in the Williams camp and in Percy's camp as well here. Indigo is not shy at all, is he? But Percy though, as Mushroom said, then Percy does have one mission statement here tonight, and that is to clinch the championship. And of course, it should be the second quickest driver in ALR history to win the World Championship behind Emerson, who won it at round 15 with 6 rounds to go. Percy is winning it, could potentially win it at round 18 with 4 rounds to go. Of course, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Any drivers coming into the pits? Not just yet. There's Percy there. Oh, is he dummied Indigo into the pits? I'm wondering here, but Indigo's in the pits unless an Indigo who was I think that Percy's going to be very happy at that, because Indigo was he's on medium tyres there, because Indigo was causing Percy all kinds of hullabaloo there. Out of the pits now comes Indigo. Hullabaloo, of course, that's as technical as I'm going to get tonight. Into the pits there comes the Alpha Tower. That's soft tyres for Keza. So the Alpha Tower are very much looking up into the sky, I feel. They are looking at that rain potentially coming and going, very nervous indeed then. As Mr. Raging Bull then, where is Gurman then? Gurman pitted quite early. He has to adhere to the Delta, so he hasn't gained much time, but he is in front of Equals and Chappers and Mr. Raging Bull, actually. I think the Gurman might have actually been a place higher than what he started with. Nigel at the back of the field at the moment then. So with those pit stops then, KD then, bro George Morgan is here then. We've also got Serious Russian. Rain will sort out the men from the boys and Ted Tango. We have to remember that the crossover is a long time on this game, so people can nurse their tires and we'll go very far indeed. Yes, that's a very good point. Do you remember I can't remember actually, was it the Japanese Grand Prix where we had a awful long time to switch from the dries to the wet tires, or the intermediate tires I should say. It took a very long time indeed. Tends to be 5 to 8 laps. And by the way, I didn't know, but that's what Ted Tiger said in the pit lane there, which I don't think is in the pit lane, unless of course he has decided to go to America, watch Las Vegas before coming to Kota and watching a bit of ALR. Albeit this is virtual, and I think if Ted Tiger was sat in the pit lane right now, he'd be wondering where everyone is. We got Serious Mushroom, 18 rounds to get a title. What a noob! Goodness me. But I think I said to Percy a few weeks back that the earliest he can win it was Brazil, but of course that was me being very, very silly indeed, because Mass is not my strong point, which is nothing unusual to be honest. Mass has never been my strong point indeed, so I'm hoping that you guys are going to help me out as just coming out of where were we? Out of turn 19 and into turn at 20 now then. It was Belgium and Silver that took forever, Tango was saying, as Immortal into the pits, no, Nosey into the pits, then onto the he's on the medium tyres out for the Alpine. Of course, Alpine, this is a big score today for Alpine potentially. They need to get both cars home now, don't they? There are the Alpine mechanics in the pits ready now. Of course, they are now funded by Maximum Effort, which of course, which is the same company that owns Wrexham, isn't it? Rob and Ryan Reynolds there, which is pretty cool stuff indeed then. Albeit, I think Alpine have also got like a load, they've got Anti Joshua as well as one of their consortium members or something like that. I don't do business. Is it consortium? I don't know. But there's a lot of big owners in Alpine, so a bright future ahead then in the real world of Formula 1, and hopefully a bright future ahead for Alpine in ALR as well, albeit I must say that 9th for the constructors last season and only 9th for the constructors this season. Pretty disappointed for the Alpine outfit. Let's see, but of course we are not going to make any more judgments until the end of the season, of course, but Alpine would like to be a bit higher up than that, I'm sure. Troy loading up for a push then is Serious Mushrooms tinking behind that as for some reason my capture card's now gone fully green. That's great. That's only that's an hour too late, my good sir. Never mind. Gosh, technology, eh? What can I say? I might throw it over there in a temper tantrum. Safety cars out at the moment. I think safety car being the end of this. And Liam, a retirement quite early on then. Unfortunately, then Moomin saying, AJ is like LeBron James has with Liverpool basically, but still good business. Oh, is LeBron James like I didn't know LeBron. I don't know, to be honest. you can tell I don't understand business now. I didn't realise LeBron James had a stake in Liverpool, but for some reason I'm not surprised. So I must have known about it somewhere in the back of my mind, but I just don't understand. There we go. You have to speak to me slow. Just for now. Anyway, there's nothing slow about this race then. Indigo made a good strategy now at the end on softs. And Camero is saying that Camero are going to be a part of the Silver lineup tomorrow night, so do not go to our Silver. Looking forward to that as well. And a quick shout out to our sponsors. We are powered by BoxBox, of course, the app which I hope you use to keep up to date with this morning's Las Vegas race there. And McLaren is off there, and that is a slot there, but that is completely ruined. Indigo's attempt now. And look at the top three; they have broken away by 2 seconds there. Percy getting very wide out of the follow turn there because he does have a medium shot. Cass now on in the Alpine, very much pressurising that, and they're going up into turn 1 now. And let's go then. That's just my opinion, Ted Tango is saying as we come down into turn 1. There's Indigo and a Toy Corner going side by side through 1 and 2. Cuts across the AlphaTauri. And through goes Keza. Oh, and Keza on the outside. Incredible. Keza is through and Troy is through as well. Good gracious me. Indigo, Keza and Troy have all stopped then. Are all on new tyres. And who's that? That's something. Who's that? That's Indigo on the outside though of Chaza. Who is it? They got too many similar names in this one. Kessa's past Chazza as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As now he got soft tires there for Kessa, and up the inside goes the Alfa Romeo. Troy on the outside. Troy up into 9th position there. Kaz down in 10th position now. Of course, he didn't pit there, did he? Indigo now all over the back of Toy Coin, and the fresh tires are coming from the field like a hot knife through butter. Ferrari in the background pulling out the slipstream as well. Let's get rid of that tower, because it's getting all very cozy into the hairpin. And Indigo's out. He's got so much more practice. It's going to be 2, is it? Oh my goodness me. Indigo is very much unsung tonight again. He's almost out of the Red Bull, and he's down through, and he's up into 5th position. Magnificent stuff indeed. Fantastic. Keza now up into 7th on the soft compound tires there in the Alpha Tauri there. Troy up into 8th position. Remember, all those drivers are on new tires there. The gap between Sloth and Boxtel is about 2.5 seconds there, but Indigo, he's gone for it. He's having a look on the inside. He's done it. And I think I've given myself a hemorrhage or something, because my head is just exploded. Indigo has taken 4th position there, passes the McLaren, and up into 4th position now. Wow, that was incredible stuff indeed. Anyway, let's sit down and just calm ourselves, shall we? Because we're only on lap 9 here. We need to get through this race if possible. And what is going on up here? Coupe for 13th is Mr. Rage. Equals contact there between the two cars of Sam B, green and yellow. Oh my goodness me! And Indigo! Indigo's through, but Cars is out of the race, and he's off there. That's where Raikkonen crashed in 2015. Will be a very damp day. And my goodness me, there's no safety car, and the car has been cleared, so we're not going to have a safety car. But Cass out of the race, and that is a huge burden off of Percy, because Cass has been a major thorn in the side of the Williams so far. Low with Indigo as well, but down the back straight as it stands. So hang on, I gotta get my maths right here. As it stands, I don't think Percy will be crowned champion now, because it's a 7 point. He still will be crowned champion over Boxtal, I feel, but not over. Yes, he still will be crowned champion because it needs to be over 6 points, over a 6 point gap, I believe. Something like that. Anyway, we're about the Master. We're about 5 laps to go, I reckon. Even though it's going to take me till the morning to understand it. Troy is up into 5th. Magnificent stuff indeed there. Troy, of course, being outscored by Percy by 15 points. German up into 6th. Look at that. Then German having a superlative race then after quite a non-superlative qualifying. All sprint race for Indigo up into 3rd position. Indigo's up into 2nd. Oh my goodness me. Chappers has got a 3-second penalty. Indigo is up to 2nd, and Nigel's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Nightmare stuff indeed there for Nigel, the first ever ALR champion. Now Indigo, that pit stop has been magical, hasn't it? What a strategical call. Look at that though. Look at the clouds they're gathering over here in Kota. What an incredible race this has been so far. Indigo is smashing it. I'm just in from movement. Indigo is smashing it. That is an absolute incredible decision to go on to new tyres. And now his next target is Percy. Percy's on the hard compound tyres, and the rain is started, and the clouds are starting to form over the circuit. And we have beautiful sunshine at the beginning. Now all of a sudden, yellow flags for Coupe. He is off the circuit. 5-second penalty. I don't think that's justified there, because I don't think you want to cut the corner there. Coupe, Indigo all over the back now. Percy, he's going for it. He's going for the lead then here in Kota. He takes the lead then. Passes Percy, but Percy trying to come back at him, but he hasn't got the tools for the job. Percy hasn't there, and Percy now down into a 2nd position. And now, because of that pass, that means that the championship is going on. Cass out of the race. What a shame that the Knowlesy Kerr said Indigo has to keep these tyres alive. Ted Tango is saying that. Of course, loving it. Serious First was saying, never mind hammer time. It's sledgehammer time for Indigo. My goodness me, he is absolutely flying. Fantastic stuff indeed. Same with Cass as well. He's down in 4th position. Out of the final turn, this race has turned on its head. We've also got rain as well. We are hearing this rain is coming in a couple of minutes. At the inside goes Kazan, takes 3rd position, passes Boxtown, and now on the podium. Here's Troy as well, then also in the facility, and Gervin there as well. Oh magnificent stuff. Absolutely incredible. So, Serious Russia's response to Ted Tango that he will keep his tires in the window there. Lovely shot again here in Kota. What an incredible race it's been so far. Indigo is now starting to pull away. That he's out of DRS range already of Percy there. Percy now in second. Third is Keza. Fourth is yellow flag. What's happened there? Try it out up the inside there, and we got yellow flag. So there's an almighty queue behind a motor here, but yellow flag was out momentarily down the back of the field then. But look at this queue behind a motor here. Goodness gracious me, accelerating out and over the brow of the hill. Then here comes Sloth. Sloth had a nightmare start on the restart there. He's going for it. He's having a water there, struggling on those hard tires, isn't he? Down into the big breaking point of 12, I believe it is there. I think we're still about 10 laps from the Inter, so it's a bit of touch and go. Ted Tango is saying that, and Gurman now through. Is he? No, he isn't there. Goodness gracious me! Contact between the two cars. He's on the out. Wow, magnificent stuff. Of course, remember that Gurman is on fresher tires, but that is an incredible manoeuvre. Gurman's gone wide then, so Boxer's having a look there. He's almost pushing him into turn 20 there. Boxer down into 6th position now. Troy up into 4th, and that those drivers coming into the pits with fresh tires is an absolute revelation. I'm going to ask him for the lottery numbers after this. That's an incredible strategical call there. It's not. Oh, there's me saying the lottery numbers there. Hashtag rain. Hashtag that. Kaz's dropped down into 4th. What's happened? Kaz's had issues there. Mr. Rager, has he let him through? I don't think he has he? Surely not. Kaz, Toy Coin has, no, it is. It's Mr. Rage getting past Sloughin up into 10th position there. I don't think it's rain just yet. Oh, my word, it's Mr. Rage also fresh tires as well. Equals, Chappers, Green, also, and Nameless, all on fresh tires as well. So is Nosey and Nigel. The back of the field as well. I think I just saw rain. Yes, there is rain now. I apologise profusely to our audience. There is rain on the camera, and yes, we got rain on lot 12 out of 28 here. My word, Tango. I want to be my personal strategist. Texas gets wet fast. That race grind is saying that I'm fine. Thanks. I prefer the pit lane. And coming down the back straight once again. And goodness gracious me. Oh, contact there between Gurman and Boxstar. May I say though, hats off to Percy. Even on tires that going to be honest, are quite going to be not on their best behaviour now. Is still in 2nd position there. So good stuff indeed there. Boxstar's down in 6th position. Troy is currently in 3rd and is currently keeping the championship alive at the moment. Now remember, it has to be a 8-point deficit. It has to be an 6-point gap between an 8-point gap between Percy and Troy, and a 6-point gap between Boxtow and Percy, I think. Anyway, goodness me, I'll get the calculator in a minute. Lap 13, though, is so as it stands in the championship, is still alive going into Mexico in a week's time. Of course, ALR races come out thick and fast now, don't they? Of course, we got Mexico. Then we got another sprint race in Brazil. That is our final sprint race of the event of the year. Then on board now, intermediate tires for Sloth and Chappers and Coop, both Ferraris queuing here. As Royce Green saying 2 to 3 laps for intermediate tires around here, and the Ferraris are definitely agreeing that strategical. With that comment there from Royce Green, because they're all coming to pits quite early there, haven't they? Goodness gracious me. Then 5 Max said now it's going to get spicy. Then I love reading your strats. Helps me a lot. Then Moomin is saying haha. Nigel's got a fast up the race, and that could be a point for Nigel there if he can keep going, because I think if the rain gets heavier here, I don't think anyone's going to beat that time, because the track is going to get greasy now. Boxstar is back in front. That's incredible racing from Boxstar. How has he got past Gurman? I think that Gurman's medium tires might start to struggle now, and I think that might be the same for the other drivers as well, like Keza, Troy and Co. Then, because of course the hard tires are quite durable around here, and then it seems to be helping these drivers out. There's a motor who is still repelling that queue behind him. Thank goodness me, that queue goes all the way down to Sam B. Green in 12th position. Gurman all over this way and that way of Boxtown, but Boxtown's not going to wave him through. Not tonight there, not ever, I don't think. An incredible battling drive there from everyone up and down there. Fantastic. Lap 15 inches would be quicker there. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's way too early. Ted Tango is saying that. Indigo's got to push whilst he can then. The gap is 3 seconds now. So I think that the tyres advantage may start to swap on its head then. Pit stops for Equals and Chaza, both on intermediate tyres. Well, I don't think it's wet enough either, to be honest. However, look at that. The track looks a bit slick at this stage, doesn't it? Look at that. There's raindrops now on Gerben's head then, and also on his camera as well here. Mr. Rainier Bull's got a 3-second penalty. That's going to cost him, I think, then, but he's up to 7th at the moment. Now, let's see that. Alright, screen. It's not actually raining that hard. It's not, is it? I don't think it's ready for I don't think the inters are ready yet. Then I don't think the track is ready for the intermediate tyres, personally. However, I have been wrong on numerous times around here, haven't I? No, I'm going to be wrong more often than I normally am in this game, I must say. DRS now for German here. German is gaining. Look at that red light flashing. That doesn't mean rain. That means that Boxstyle is harvested. German was just too far back there, wasn't he? Going into turn 12, I believe it is. I have no idea. No way near wet enough yet. It's not them, but it does start to look a bit greasy out there, doesn't it? You can see that when the rain light is flashing there, you can see a bit of reflection there on the track there. Equals is actually homing in on Knowlesy there, but Knowlesy is on very old soft tyres at the moment. Chaza has passed Equals and moved himself up in the 13th position there. DRS is still available at the moment there. Look at how hot the track is still there. You can see that the heat haze still cut off of the tarmac there. Down that back straight there. Troy, who hasn't got past Percy yet, but is very much matching him now, stride for stride. But I think the advantage may have slipped away ever so slightly as well. Keza will be praying for Monsoon. Ted Tango saying Inters will be quicker at the end of the next lap. 100% is what Royce Green is saying there. So we're keeping an eye on that in the moment. Then Chaza is the highest intermediate runner. Gap at the front is stabilised now. There is Indigo. Toy Coin has passed Immortal and he is through. Is it? No, Immortal's coming back through. But Toy Coin on the outside passes the Williams driver up into 8th there. Immortal down into 9th there. Immortal there. Very disappointing because he was on pole position after qualifying. A sprint race, but in this Grand Prix itself, he has dropped down into 9th position. Immortal. That's very disappointing indeed there. Very disappointing indeed there for Immortal. But let's see how this will transpire. Lap 15, over half distance now. Rain has affected the United States Grand Prix. Only one rain-affected race in real life, which is 2015, I believe. And Troy on the contact again there between the two rivals. And Troy now on the side there. Percy has got the outside here, but he has the inside for the next corner. He does have the inside, but Troy is hanging out there. Troy has done it and is through it up into second position. And Percy's coming back and contact again there. A bit of roughhouse in there between the two championship rivals here. German is back past the Boxstyle as well. Oh my word there, and Troy through it up into second position now. As my goodness gracious me, there's a lot of history, isn't there, between Percy, Boxstyle and Troy, isn't there? Goodness gracious me, the last two seasons have very much been dominated by those three men, haven't they? Fighting tooth for nail for the championships. But German's in the pits there, so maybe it's time for the intermediate tyres, but I still think it's not well enough. Percy on a jink there on the inside, but no dice at the moment. Down, but look at that then, Indigo, who's never won a race in ALR before. Of course, he is very much on a high still from that superlative third position last time out then in Qatar. And remember, I think the Indigo is in very much fine form lately, hasn't he? He's very much he's had a flash of brilliance this season, but all of a sudden now he's got his handling issues right. He is very much on song. He is the man on form. There he is in the distance. Goodness gracious me. German is come out of the pits 9 seconds behind Nameless, who is still out on the dry tyres. The top 10, all the top 10 are still on dry tyres at the moment now. Knowlesy is now into the pits and gone on soft tyres again. Knowlesy has there. Knowlesy very much in a bit of a no man's land there, isn't it? As just back up, Chaz has got a 3-second penalty. Liam, the first retirement in this race, unfortunately. Chapper is back into the pits and gone back on the soft tyres. Chapper has intermediate tyres and not working out, so some drivers are swapping back to the then to the dry tyres. Knowlesy's sticking onto the dry tyres. Goodness gracious me, not good, not looking too good out there at the moment. I did say that we were way off it. It's close, but not yet. Then it certainly isn't, isn't it? Goodness me. Oh gosh, I'm sweating. That's Ooh. Right then, oh, my word, I'm gonna have to have a shower after this race. My word, I think the majority of drivers will as well. Unfortunately, I don't think Cass or Liam will, as both out of the race. And big blow indeed for Cass. He was superb on his debut tonight, and looking forward to seeing what Cass can do in the future of ALR. I cannot wait to see him there. Kez is in the pits now, so Kez coming in the pits for lap 17. I still think it's too early for the because look, it's barely raining out there. It's made the track greasy, but I don't think it hasn't saturated. Indigo's found another 0.2 of a second since we last looked at his the gap there. Indigo is looking very fine indeed. Then so is the second Red Bull of Mr. Raging Bull, and that is ideal indeed. That it doesn't look like it's raining in some places. That's new from Codemaster. Now the top two go soft. Then goodness me, I think that the top two will be praying it rains heavy now, because this rain is very unusual indeed, isn't there? Some drivers was expecting it to absolutely be a deluge now. Other drivers are saying it's going to wait. The mixed weather race, it really has spiced things up. KD is saying it certainly has indeed. Now Troy, who Indigo and Troy have done superb on their strategy calls, haven't they? That's elevated both of them very much. Indigo's up the order anyway, but he took a gamble. Was Troy there very much rolled the dice there. Percy back in front of Troy and back into second position. If they finish how they are now, that means that Percy will. That means that the championship will still be up for grabs in Mexico in a week's time. Out of turn 16, I believe we're on that, or turn 17. I think there's still three. I think we're still 3 laps out yet, to be honest. No, I actually think there's going to be quite a few more laps before it gets wet. Royce Green is saying that, yeah, they're getting there now. Serious Rush is saying that. You guys are confused. I'm confused as well. I love it. That is very. I love a bit of ambiguity in my life, mainly because I'm always ambiguous. That's not the word, but what I meant to say, I'm always confused. So I don't really know what ambiguous means. I thought no, that means mystery, don't it? Not confused. Goodness gracious me. Shocking stuff indeed. Very new. There has been some updates recently. This looks different than how it used to be. That Nosey catching into us like crazy. Irvine is saying that. Good catch indeed there from Irvine now. Great to see Irvine in the comments as well. I love it indeed. I don't think that is a rain light. I think it's rain enough. It's not rain enough for a rain light to come on. Troy almost off the circuit there, and that is going to be perfect for Percy, because look, Troy's out of DRS range now, and that is exactly what Percy needs. Of course, Troy is still in third position. Nolsey is, look at that then, yes, Equans is back in the pits, and Nolsey on soft tyres, and he is not gambled on the intermediate tyres, and absolutely flying now. Yeah, it's been like this for about 2 months there, but they're making the crossover longer there. Usually Texas 3 laps, they go to rain then, but this rain is very like that. I said soft, that's why. Into the pits comes Equals on soft tyres as well. Yeah, look at that, Nolsey flying out at the moment. Only 3 drivers have remained on the intermediates. Keza, German and Chaza. Everyone else is now back on the dry tyres then. A Mortor is catching. Oh my goodness me, almost into the back of Toy Coin now. He has gone wide, and Sam B. Green, another driver who's on superlative form, and the newest Grand Prix winner in ALR Gold, winning the Japanese Grand Prix. Was it Japanese Grand Prix? Yes, it was a Japanese Grand Prix a few weeks ago in fine style indeed then. Magnificent. Indigo is now 6.5 seconds up the road from Percy. Percy is in the pits then. This is crucial now. So Percy is in the pits. The championship, the man that can be crowned the world champion today, is in the pits then. What is he going to go on then? Williams mechanics on the pits. What tire? It's the medium tyres, and Percy is not having the inters. So Percy's into the pits then. Just think that this is going to be crucial now. Kez has got a 3-second penalty as he comes out in 9th position there, because there's Nameless coming through as well. Or is it? No, Nameless stays. I think his name's going to go up and under. I don't think he has the grip on those tyres there. Percy is now into the pits there. Goodness gracious me. And so Percy is elected not to come in the pits. And one of the top 2 may think about coming to the pits now as well, then, to match what Percy's doing then. But that may be an open door though for BoxBox potentially. So whatever they do, if it rains heavy now, it's not going to be good for Percy. If it stays like this, then it's going to be beautiful for Percy. This is an incredible Grand Prix. Indigo's now 7 seconds up the road from Troy and BoxBox. Let's see how this one transpires. Everyone is now back onto dry tyres apart from Keza. Chazza is into the pits. German's just going to the pits as well. Fresh soft tyres for the for German and for the second Alfa Romeo Chazza, as this rain affected race there has been incredible to say the least, hasn't it there? I think that's spot on for Percy. Indigo needs to respond straight away. Royce Grain there is also. Do you know when this update was? It's been an absolute confusion, hasn't it, for the drivers there? Of course, the golden rule is be on the right tire at the right time, which is very much easier said than done. Look at how quickly Percy's catching. Indigo has stayed out. Troy has stayed out as well. So the both drivers stayed out. Boxtel has elected to come into the pits as well now. Boxtel then has had to go to the pits. And look at them all feathering off here. And look at Percy all over the back of Greenneck, barging him out of the way. Percy back up into 6th position now. Boxtel has gone soft tyres then. And there he is then, the McLaren mechanics then just resurging the car splendidly as he's now touring out of the pit lane and now accelerated away. And Immortal out of the pits as well. Keza has had enough and he's back in and going back to dry tyres. I assume then everyone else is back on dry tyres now and on the soft compound tyres. The races like this, absolutely, I love races like this, because it's not, because it is not. It's not a foregone conclusion, is it? Yes, your wish is my command. Then, as coming down the back straight. Indigo 8 seconds there in front of Troy in 2nd position. They have stayed out. They've pitted already, so they have. I think that they have satisfied the rules, haven't they? The drivers in front there, so they don't need to pit again. Mr. Rage and Bull in 3rd. 4th position is Percy now. He's homing in hand over fist. Indigo and Troy, I think, are going to lose. Yes, Indigo did have about a 6-second advantage over Percy, but I do feel that the Indigo probably should respond with Percy here. Then this is a tough times now in this Grand Prix with just 9 laps to go in this race. Indigo has responded now and he is in the pits there. And I'm slowing down. Troy is staying out here. Troy is staying out. The world champion, and this could potentially be the last time we refer to as the ALR world champion or the current world champion anyway. That Troy is, but he is there very much rolling the dice here. Troy is, he's had 3 Grand Prix wins this year. Troy has. He hasn't won since that incredible race in Belgium several races ago there. But Troy is rolling the dice and Indigo car the pit stop. Where's Percy? Percy is through and up at the contact then between Percy and Indigo there. And of course, that was because Percy went on new tyres, but now Indigo is on the softer tyre, and was Percy's gone for medium here. And goodness gracious me, then, so Indigo's going to have to get past Percy. DRS is still available at this moment in time, but he has lost track position. How crucial is this going to be? The rain is starting to get heavier now. It is starting to get quite heavy out there. It's not intermediate tyres just yet, then, but I think that the rain is starting to increase intensity-wise, as the McLaren team would say. Troy 8 seconds in front of this battling duo here with Green in 4th position and Mr. Boxtel 5th, Mr. Rage and Ball up 10th position and 6th position at the moment there. Goodness gracious me, but now then is Indigo going for it. He's having a look there. Look at this as a wheel to wheel then. Indigo should have a better braking zone. He does have a better braking zone. Passes Percy up into 2nd position, potentially the next lead here. That's a big lock up there from Indigo as goodness gracious me, I love lockups. That's fantastic, isn't it? Looks good. Brilliant. But Indigo is up into 2nd position, maybe not a 5-2 lead here, with Troy staying up and Sam Green staying out as well. Immortal passes Toy Coin and now up into 7th position. Toy Coin down to 8th, Nameless and 9th. Nosey up into 10th position by elected to stay on intermediate tyres. Nosey has jumped up abundance of positions here. And now then is Indigo starting to pull away ever so slightly from Percy there. But Percy there, I think the problem, for Percy there, is much as he loves to win the championship, he also wants to win as well, doesn't he? So it's going to be very interesting indeed then at the moment. And Percy is in the best position, and Troy is going to risk it for chocolate biscuits here, as much as saying there. Magnificent stuff indeed. Sloth is past Chappers and up in the 13th position there. Boxtel is past Sam B. Green, who's sticking it onto the hard tyres. Only Sam B. Green and Troy has stayed out there. So interesting stuff then as Royce Grain saying it is Percy that a 3-second penalty there for Boxtel. Percy is the man then who is in the best position here then over the brow of the hill. Sloth there, who's dropped down a few positions there because Sloth has just got off the circuit. And who's that in the pits? And that's Chazza into the pits there. Chazza in the pits for the Alfa Romeo, then slowing down then. What has Alfa Romeo got himself ready? The gap is coming down quite quickly now between himself and Troy And they're just taking a look, and he's now on intermediate tyres then. So Chaz are going back into the pit lane on intermediate tyres. Look, there's the two cars in the background of Troy. These tyres may struggle to pass an MOT then. Sauce will struggle more late on in the wet conditions then. By the way, I disagree. I think Indigo's in the best position, is what Ted Tango's saying. Indigo, Percy, Troy, and Mr. Regent Moore. Who is your driver of the day then? Get your driving votes. Get your driver of the day votes in now. And my goodness gracious me. Oh, gosh, what an incredible race. This has been fantastic stuff indeed. Absolutely incredible. And Troy's now into the pits. And so Troy coming into the pits now then. And now he's looking for the Mercedes mechanics. And Indigo is taking the lead then. As second position is Percy. Now Percy, though, is still in DRS range at the moment now. Percy is hanging on very gamely as well. Soft tyres now for Troy. And with on lap 23 out of 20. So it's going to be a quick customer. The world champion is sent to the end of the Grand Prix now. If the rain stays at this intensity, Sam B. Green has just got past. Immortal and Mr. Raging Bull is also through as well, is he? He is a deeper. Troy going up the inside. Oh, banging wheels there, but it's just a kiss, nothing more. And Troy now in sixth position, but he has the tyre advantage, doesn't he? So keep an eye on Troy, actually, to see his progression. Championship update. At the moment, championship is going on till Mexico in a week's time, of course, and because Boxtel is keeping it very much within where it needs to be. Intermediate tyres now goes on to Knowlesy's car, and I think Sloth is in the pits as well. He is indeed that. Two drivers on intermediate tyres, looking to see what Sloth does in the McLaren, and Nigel in the pits as well. And as this race is going to take another twist said, right, great. The commentators are the best position. Indeed, I am, then, because whatever I do, I'm always going to be. I'm not going to be the one out there on the wrong tires. Then, luckily, and I'm glad I'm up here and not on the racetrack, because I think I would have just called it a day. To be honest, I think that Cass and Liam are probably enjoying themselves in catering right now. To be fair, whilst these drivers' brains are probably exploding. Remember, that a lot of these drivers do not look at that track. That track is quite wet, you know. I think intermediate tires are almost certainly there now, because we can. Percy's in the pits, and on the outside goes Trident of Sandy Green. Yes! Magnificent! Earth into fourth position, and he has done it. Percy's in the pits, and Williams Mechanics are on the pits now. Here is the world champion-elect potentially on the intermediate tyres now. What an incredible race. He's out of the pits, and my goodness me, the Williams Mechanics are speedy. And that's why, because Immortal's in the pits as well. I think it's just about the right time, you know. And there's Percy. This is going to be a greater visualization to see which tyres are the correct tyres. Magnificent stuff indeed there. On board now once again there with Percy there, and look at the track. That is, goodness me, look at the gaps between Green and Percy. Magnificent stuff indeed there, as Farf loves that overtake on Samby Green and on Troy and Samby Green, that he has put in his notes potentially for maybe the awards at the end of the season there, but we'll keep an eye on that one. And now Percy is through and up into fifth position, and there's a big stop then. Percy is in fifth position now. Oh, magnificent stuff. And accelerates away and down the back straight once again. And I think that Troy that is on fresh soft tyres, and at the moment it shouldn't affect him too much there. But Percy has now flied out there. What about Knowlesy? He is catching on equals, is he? Not quite at the moment there. Samby Green was on very old hard tyres there. Now Percy's in the best position. Seriously to say, that goodness me, no one knows he's in the best position, are they? Indigo has not responded though, so because Indigo has not responded here, I think that he's going to have to go. No, he has. I was looking at the wrong Red Bull. Into the... Well, no, I'm not. I don't know what car I was looking at. I was confused. Indigo in the pits, and intermediate tyres got off for the race in a car 9-3. Indigo's never won a Grand Prix. Boxtel is out and Boxtel is taken the lead here. Magnificent stuff. And the German has got a penalty, 3-second penalty, as it's a safety car here. My goodness me. And now a late Strawberry and safety car. Indigo is out right behind the safety car. And goodness me. Oh, is he making contact with that safety car? I hope he hasn't. And he's stuck behind the safety car at the moment. And Immortal out of the race there. And now, if it is a golden ticket, isn't it? What a late safety car here has done. And I don't know who's going to help, to be honest. I really don't. Indeed, Sammy Green won't be happy with this safety car. He stayed out for as long as possible. German has got a penalty at the moment there. Now, Indigo and Troy are in the best position, laugh out loud then. Now, not with the safety car in the mix now. I think Percy is the best position to win. Magnificent stuff, I think. What a race! And I wanted a boring race, to be honest, so I could quickly get the bus done. Goodness me. Absolutely incredible stuff there. Wow, that changes things. Rice Green said it does indeed. Malta's our third retirement in this race. So safety cars out there, and this is going to neutralise the race whilst Malta's car is being cleared. Boxtal in Troy, what are they going to do? That rain is quite heavy, but there's no spray off the cars, but you can see that track is getting wet. Now look, there's a bit of standing water on the track surface there, so I think that the drivers are going to have to come into the pit. Said I think it got the intermediate tyre. Surely it's the right time now. Knowlesy's gone back on soft tyres there. Knowlesy's teasing us here because I have no idea. Knowlesy seems to like to go against the run of the grain, the grain here, doesn't he? Troy and Boxtal are the only two drivers to keep the championship alive. Boxtal has to be within 8 points. Has to be within 8 points of Percy at the end of this race. Troy needs to be within 6 points at the end of this race, I think. I don't know. Goodness me. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. There is a sheen on the surface now. Tango is saying, and Percy's just lost the race because of that. Then I think. Then I did say the commentator's in the best position. I haven't. I'm quite happy in me. I'm quite happy on me poof. But into the pits comes Sam B Green. Then so he's had enough. And same with Toy Coin as well. All in the pits. Nameless has stayed out in the Mercedes at the moment. Then Mercedes' battle for second Constructors' Championship is also hot enough as well between themselves and the McLaren team. As Toy Coin now. I'm hoping he's gone. He has gone, and into the pits comes Kaz as well. This is an incredible race there. Nigel at the back of the field at the moment there, but can that Nigel spring a surprise and get some points? Look at the tyre calls out there, goodness me. So at this moment in time, with 26, the safety car being there, and it's like whatever happens. So at this moment, then I don't know which tyres are the right tyres. I have no idea. Mr. Sheen shine great, the Great British happening. Yes, indeed. Was that the guy who used to be in that plane on the TID? I did like Mr. Sheen as well. Very good stuff indeed. I must admit, I need to get some polish. Actually, Mr. Sheen might be a good choice there. Well, this is going to be fun. Indigo will win now, Rice Grain is saying. My goodness gracious me. I have no idea who's going to win, to be honest. It's been an incredible race. One of the most confusing. Look at on the side there. But, of course, that is off the racing line. But the drivers have got to be very concerned about that now. Soft Runners and his Boxstar, Troy, Mr. Raging Bull, Nameless, Knowlesy, Sloth, and Nigel. Pitts. No. Safety car is in then. And the safety car is in now. And I think intermediate tires are the quicker tire now. I pray all the you soft tire, pray for the soft tires here. Indigo has to be on it for these moves then. No chance, Serious Mushroom is saying there. And here we go then, lap 26, at the end of lap 26, 27, 28. This has also got championship implications as well, of course, in the World Drivers' Championship. And let's see how this transpires. Boxall and Troy needs to be within 6 and 8 points there to keep the championship alive of Percy, of course. That is the end result there. If Troy can hold on for that, then Jordy could have spring a surprise then. And if things do stay the same like that, then the championship would go on until Mexico in a week's time there. We're back racing now. And here we go then. And then Boxtel leads. Second is Troy. Indigo all over the back of him now as there's light rain there. Indigo touching the rear of Troy's car. Indigo's very much been flying, hasn't he, tonight then? Some icy puddles. Rice Granite said he's dead. Look at Nameless as well. He got lost out. And here comes, who's that then? Percy is through, passes Mr. Raging Bull. And up in the fourth position there. Troy is struggling, and Percy is now going to be all over the back of these two championship protagonists and Indigo as well, who is going for his first Grand Prix win here. Wow, incredible. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Wow. Boxtal, who's yellow flag in one. That's a Mercedes off. It's Nameless off on the soft tyres. Is that a mistake or what's the conditions? Indigo is going to have to get past quite quickly here because I think that Percy is going to be very much licking his lips out on this one. Indigo will win. Percy's going to fly as well. Will Soffer will not win this down the back straight. Then it's lap 27 out of 28. Then here comes Indigo. Indigo's going for the lead. remember 2 laps to go. Indigo could win his first ever race and takes the lead. And Box down, looks at the inside, somehow slows the car down. Indigo leads the United States Grand Prix with 2 laps to go in this one. Magnificent stuff indeed there. Yeah, there's now spray off of the tyres, and Troy is all over the back of Percy now, and pushing each other once again. The top three in the championship are all together on track. If the checker flag falls on this lap, which it won't, as Mr. Ranger Bull is dropping down the order. If the checker flag falls on this lap now, then of course Percy will not be crowned champion. That is how it is at the moment. But I can't believe how well Troy and Boxtel are going on these soft tyres. That's incredible stuff indeed. I take my hat off to these drivers. That rain is getting heavy now, though. Very heavy indeed. That now going up into turn 1. Then Indigo leads. Look at it. Troy's having a look. He's going up the inside. Passes Boxtel and up into second position. Contact. Boxtel's off and in the wall. Percy and Boxtel are come to blows. And Boxtel is furious. I'm sure he is in the cockpit. And then Boxtel is out of the championship now. And Toy Courtney's got a 3-second penalty. So now then, Boxtel is going to be furious. There could be a steward's investigation after this as well. Oh my goodness gracious me then. But Troy is hanging on in there, isn't he? Wow, Indigo is still leads now. Troy and Percy at the inside. Percy's at the inside. A bit more contact there. But at this moment in time, it is still very much and look at this, goodness gracious me, here comes Percy. If he can get past, this is a bit ideal. Look, Percy's on the outside, then trying to stop the car. Troy is using all of his momentum. Percy's down into third position now. Toy Coin is up in the third, I should say. Oh my goodness gracious me, Indigo is 3 seconds on the road. Indigo is on course to win his first ever Grand Prix. Troy is staying out on soft tyres. And I don't even know how he's done it. What an incredible race there. On the inside goes Percy there. Percy is back up in third position here. Indigo is coming out of the final turn. Troy is still in second position. And Indigo is going to win the United States Grand Prix. Fantastic. Dance has been enabled. Who is second? It's Troy in second, then Percy in third position. What an incredible race there. Indigo driving today, his first ever Grand Prix win in ALR, and what a race it was. And I am certainly happy to have called that one. Oh my goodness me, that was incredible stuff indeed. That hats off to everyone in that race. What a incredible race that was indeed. That Percy, oh goodness me, Percy finished third in the end there. So yes, we keep an eye on that one. But it is Indigo's first ever Grand Prix win of his career in ALR. Nigel had things out of the race and didn't make it across the line, unfortunately, there. But Coop has made it across the line. Nigel out of this race there. But Indigo has won his first ever ALR race then here in the United States Grand Prix. His first ever win of his career. And I think it's been coming since Austria, to be honest there. He's been supreme, hasn't he? But Indigo is very much the man on form at the moment. In superb form indeed. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed there for Indigo. Then he is. I reckon that this could be a preview for next season. Because Indigo has certainly started to, maybe the top 3 in the title fight could be a top 4 with Indigo for next season. I think you've got 3 new winners this season in ALR, which was Equal, Sam B. Green, and now Indigo as well. I do think that is going to be very interesting how this one plays out there, but. Oh, wrong standards then. But in terms of the championship, that goes on one more week then in the United States, into Mexico. But it is Indigo, his first ever win of his career, and it wins the United States Grand Prix. Troy finished second there. Great drive from Troy from 15th to second there. In third position was Percy. The championship has not been won today, so he has to wait until a week's time in Mexico. Sam B. Green, what an incredible way to stay out on those hard tires. Toy Coin in 5th. 6 is German, 7th Keza, 8th Mr. H, 9th Nameless, 10th Nosey, Aircraft just outside the points 11th, Chaz 12th, 13th Chappers, 14th Coop. Retirements was Nigel, Boxstar, Immortal, Cass, and Liam, all retired then from the United States Grand Prix. And I need to lie down, I think, then. I do indeed. I do need a drink. I need a stiff one as well. A drink, that is. Goodness me, you filthy buggers. Right, an incredible race that was. Absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, Rice Grayson, best weather logic I have seen on this game. To be being honest, there I have practiced to do it. Seems laugh out loud. I must say that weather was fantastic. I absolutely enjoyed that. This weather as well. Box 30 thinking it would tip down, but then you win some, you lose some. Chappers are saying just a day's work for Troy. So I was saying, hats off to Troy, by the way. How he stayed in second position on those wet conditions is beyond me. I do think that, but that there's going to be a driver very unhappy, though, in terms of box style. Then, unfortunately, it's him and Troy came to blows into turn 1. Unfortunately, then. But now I've got Indigo with me, and Indigo, your first win. Then, of course, you're a man on form at the moment, and I think you're going to be overjoyed with this result.
Oh, yeah, mate. I don't know what to say right now. I'm so exhausted. That was amazing. The strategy calls, the fights with Percy. I had to be on form 100%. I had to focus 100% today. No mistakes whatsoever. I had to do whatever Percy did, or the opposite way around, because it was such a strategic race. Like, he had to be in the right time at the right time, and it was so difficult. It was unbelievable. Like, one of the races that I expect to do well this race, because it's not really been my strongest race, is Texas. So, but I'm actually surprised and really, really happy. And my teammate and Troye in the party keeping me calm and helping me in the race really pay dividends later on. So I want to say thank you to my teammate CPI Rageball for keeping me calm and telling me what to do.
I need him. I think I need him as well, because I certainly had to stay calm in that one, because that was ridiculous. But you said you matched Percy. I would also say you're very cool as well, because there's sometimes I was like, oh goodness me, I think that you've left it a lap too late, but you still come out either next to him or right behind him then as well. When Percy pitted a lap earlier, and I think it was for the I can't remember. It was for the intermediate tires just yet. Then when Percy pitted a lap earlier and then he got out just in front of you, was you concerned by that? You was on the soft tires at the time, no. But was you concerned about not getting past?
I stayed ahead of him after the safety car, mate. The second safety car? Which one are you talking about, mate?
Oh, not the safety car. When Percy went for the medium tires and you went for the softs towards the end.
Towards the end. I'm confused. I'm confused right now. My head's spinning. So he went for the mediums, I went for the softs. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. So he went from hards to mediums. He had to pit because he did pit before the safety car, the first safety car, so he had to stay on his old tyres. He dummied me, but that dummy turned out to be the right call. And him being on the hardcore power tyres versus my newer mediums really helped me get through the field. And I was able to catch up to them really quickly, quicker than I thought, really, because I thought there'd be a massive roadblock and I won't be able to get anywhere. But yeah, on the mediums and softs, when he pitted, I'm actually so confused. It's been such a long race. I actually can't remember anything.
But what I'm sure you do remember is you signed through the field as well, because you came in the pits, and I was umming and ahhing whether that was the right or wrong call, because you gave up track position there. You did say you got dummied by Percy, but goodness me, that was absolutely sublime, because you came through the field incredibly well. A lot of drivers, when they do that, usually come up unstuck there, but your moves were decisive and straight to it then. So that was supreme stuff indeed then. How was it? Of course, you did mention about that you was keeping calm and composed then, but was you a bit concerned though when you came out then behind all that traffic?
Yes, I was really. I was expecting more people to pit, being further down, but they stayed out. So I had to chomp my way through the field and just overtake one at a time, try not to make contact with people on all the tyres. Then I caught up to Boxtel let me go relatively easily, which I appreciate. Then when Percy came, I was like, here we go. My first time fighting Percy side by side, I was thinking to myself, right, how's this going to go then? Are we, can I stay calm when I'm side by side with him? Is he going to come back at me into the next few corners at turn 15, 16, 17? I overtook him and managed to pull away due to fresher tyres, and the rain came, and that really helped me too, the rain, because he was on older tyres in the rain period, and I was on newer, so I was able to build that gap. Then he pitted onto a brand new set. Oh yeah, I remember now what you were saying. He pitted onto a brand new set of mediums. I stayed out 2 laps later to go on the softs because I needed the softs to go towards the end if the rain didn't get harder. So I came out behind him on newer softs because I had a brand new set of softs at my disposal. Then I was able to catch him and overtake him. But the main pivotal moment was building that gap on the soft compound tyres as much as I can because I knew one point we might have to go to the inters. And I think I built, what was it, a 4-second gap over him before he went to inters. And then when we came out, we were almost side by side into turn 1, but the safety car came out. And I think I messed up behind the safety car because I stayed behind it. I thought I was the leader because I was keeping an eye on Percy the whole time. I realised there was 2 people in front of me. Then after that, when the safety car came in, it was inters versus softs. And I had to dispose Troye quickly because I knew Percy would be my tail immediately. Once I got past him into turn 1, I was judging whether the inters or the softs were better. I realised I could brake later on the brakes on the inters, so I had to go for it on Boxtel into turn number 13, the heavy braking zone. And once I passed him, I thought to myself, right, stay ahead of these 2. Percy will have to catch these 2, and it's the penultimate lap anyway. But yeah, it was a roller coaster ride. I think I remember this type of scenario last year in ALR Esports, but I wasn't up there. I think we had a mixture of conditions in the same scenario.
Potentially, I've slept since then, but that was a fantastic race indeed. And just how did you know what tyres to go on and what tyres you didn't go on? Because a lot of drivers at the back of the field was yo-yoing around, going inters, back to softs, back to inters. How did you know that the track was ready for inters?
That's a good question, actually. I didn't know. The only reason why I went on to inters is because of Percy, because I was going to follow what Percy did or does. And that was the talking point of this race today. Just follow what he does, because I know he's a better driver than me, because otherwise he would have pulled away. So I knew I had to do whatever he did, and that worked at the end. And yeah, when we was on the mediums during that second stint, well, when the rain came, I kept asking my teammate, who's pitting behind you, who's pitting in front of you, and who is on the inters, who's on the inters. I kept saying that to him. But it turns out the softs were good enough until about lap 27. That's when the safety car came in. But it was really hard to strategy calls because you just don't know when to pit.
And it was a fantastic race indeed. And of course, you've now won your first Grand Prix. How are you feeling for the rest of the season? Do you think you can get more Grand Prix wins? And what about next season? Because you've said that the top 3 may become the top 4 now. If you challenging maybe for the title next season.
My opinion from last week has not changed, or weekend's not changed. I'm going to stick to my opinion. I just want to focus on one race at a time, because if you put my mind on the championship, I'll just be constantly putting myself under pressure and overthinking things. Because this was a test, this race was, because I kept overthinking things, and Rage just saying to me, don't overthink it, just do what you think is best, and if the tyres are still good, still go for it. And if you feel like you're sliding around and feel like there's more puddles on the track, then pit. Because he kept telling me to do my own thing and not to worry about it. So in the next few races, it's going to be a difficult one in Mexico, I think. I'm not really good around there. I haven't been on that track for ages, since 2022 game. So we'll see how I fare on there. But Brazil, it's another sprint. And I tend to do well at sprint races for some reason, even though I don't like them.
You certainly do. It's been fantastic. Well, let's stay in the go. Three different Grand Prix winners, 3 new Grand Prix winners this season. Indigo is now the newest member to that club. Indeed, fantastic stuff indeed. And Percy, goodness me, what a roller coaster of a race that was today. Goodness me, for most of that race, it seemed all good, but then towards the end there, it seemed to unravel there. How frustrating of that race was for you today?
To be honest, I'm not that frustrated. I think that was probably the maximum for me today. For some reason, I mean, the sprint was completely fine. The pace was great in the sprint for what I've been seeing in my little practice sessions I did before the lobby. The pace was fine in the sprint, but in the main race, I don't know why I was just lacking pace. There was no grip whatsoever, into the hairpin onto the main straight every single time I was going deep and costing myself a couple temps. But yeah, I think another podium today is good for the championship. I think probably could have won it today. A couple maybe dodgy strategy calls on my side maybe cost me, but I'm more than happy with P3. And fair play to Troy at the end for sticking out on them softs. He's had an unbelievable drive to defend off myself, Sam, Toyncoin as well. So fair play to him.
That was a very good drive there from Troy, wasn't it? To stay on the stall. So I don't believe how he did that. I can't believe how he did that. But one of the strategical mistakes you mentioned, then, was that the one? Was one of them not coming into the pits under the first safety car?
Yeah, I think that's the main one. I think I said to Sam in the party, I think it's not worth boxing because of track position, but I think after half of the first racing lap again after the safety car, Indigo was already up to P5, so I thought, yeah, it's completely the wrong decision, should have boxed. And then obviously with the game saying it's going to rain in 10 minutes, I thought, okay, I could stick it out on the hards, but I think I did nearly 18, 19 laps on the hards and it still wasn't even raining, so yeah, going on to the mediums, I knew I'd have a lot more pace than Troy and Indigo in front because of how much better the undercut is around this track and how much grippier the new tyres are. But I think Indigo and Troy have played it perfectly today. Like Indigo was saying earlier, just copying me, because if they just copy me, then they're always going to come out ahead. But I think, yeah, like I said, today P3 is the maximum I could have got.
And of course, going on to Mexico in a week's time, then you potentially could be still crowned champion there. How frustrated are you that you didn't wrap it up today then? Because it seemed with both your championship rivals, well, one championship rival had an issue and qualified, and Boxtel was there or thereabouts, but you seem to have the measure over it. How frustrated are you about not wrapping it up today?
Yeah, it obviously is frustrating because it would be nice to have wrapped it up today, take the pressure off my shoulders. But I mean, I've gained on Troy again today, so I think going into Mexico I can just chill out again, take it calm. I think there's only 111 points up for grabs, 112 points up for grabs, and I think I'm 106 ahead now or 107 ahead. So yeah, I just take it easy now. Obviously for the final 5 races, I think I'm nearly clinching that title. I'm nearly holding it. So yeah, we'll see what happens in Mexico. But another thing I want to add is that I am pleased to get another sprint win. It's just what I wanted.
It certainly is. I think your 5th sprint race win in 7 attempts. Fantastic stuff indeed. And that is going to be it then for today then. So the championship goes on to Mexico, which I'm a little devastated by just because the fact is I've got to do another round of mass next week, which is never a good sign, is it? Tomorrow night, though, could be Brabbitt's championship celebration as well, as he is looking very on song, isn't he there? Looking forward to that. Then Silver tomorrow night, then hopefully 7:30 UK time, albeit I was about 10 minutes late tonight, but I'll hopefully get shifted when I'm back on air Tuesday. Tomorrow night, though, Brabbitt could be crowned champion there, but we'll wait and see. It's going to be fantastic indeed. I cannot wait for that then. And then bronze on Tuesday, and then, of course, we go to Brazil for the Formula 2 event. So looking forward to that. We'll see you then. Goodbye.